The reason I think Kittl is going to be amazing for the beginner just as much as the expert is that we've taken complex, complicated design features and things like that, and we've made them so much easier for you to do. And when I ask my graphic design friends, like, hey, what's the best thing about Kittl that you like most? Almost all of them go to like, dude, the way you can like manipulate text to do exactly what you want is phenomenal. So if I just click any one of these, it's going to
Whoa.
do exactly what I want it to do with these anchor points.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Drew Wilson from Kittl. Hopefully you guys heard Kittl. Hey Drew.
Hey there, how
What's
are
up?
you?
Great. Thanks for being here. This is awesome. I've heard about Kittl on my Facebook group, and this is amazing that you're able to do this interview with me. This is going to be great. I think a lot of people are excited about Kittl, and I wanted to make sure that we hear it from a professional and from the source. And so I'm so glad that you're able to do this. I'm going to read what Kittl is for people that don't know what it is. Kittl is a free online design tool to make complex design easy, and it works right in your browser, which is amazing. Kittl is preloaded with thousands of world-class designs, premium fonts, shapes, graphic elements, illustrations, one-click effect features, and so much more. It's perfect for any creative project, from logos to posters to t-shirt designs, which we love to do, and
Yeah.
other print-on-demand products. It's the ultimate place to start any creative project, and no previous design experience is required. And some amazing designs on there already, and more to come, I'm sure. This is such an amazing site. Thanks for doing this again, Drew. I have a few questions. I know we're gonna do a live demo. You're gonna show us exactly how it works.
Yep.
So I'm excited for that. But before that, I asked my Facebook group some what kind of questions do they want to ask Kittl or you at Kittl, and we'll get through those while I show what Kittl is here. We're
Perfect.
going to do both of these at the same time. So here's Kittl, guys. If you haven't seen it, kittl.com. And I'll ask my questions to Drew, and then he'll show us the demo. So you ready for these questions?
I am ready. Let's go.
All right. Okay. Can I use this? Is a big one. I think number one question that most people want to ask in my group is, can we use Kittl for print on demand for POD shops?
Yes, absolutely. We greatly encourage that. You can use any of these designs for your physical
Wow.
end products. So I'll just go over to the licensing page right here
Okay.
because I think this page is going to be really helpful and it does a great job of synthesizing the bullet points that you need. It's quite easy, permitted use, prohibited use. And you can see here physical end products for sale. You can absolutely do that. And the great thing about this is regardless of whether you have a free account or a paid account, you still have these personal, commercial, and commission license to use
Wow.
for physical end products.
That is amazing. So what you said right there is if you sign up for something like a pro account and you made a bunch of designs and then you decide to go to a free account, you still can use those designs
Yeah,
on your.
so the
Wow.
easiest way to think about it is as long as you have an active Kittl account, whether it be free or expert, the highest paid tier, you retain these licenses to use
It's
for everything
amazing.
that's listed there, the physical end products, client projects, websites, as rasterized images, flattened images, physical ads, social media posts, things like that. So even if you had a pro account at one point, something happens, you're just not quite able to do that anymore. You need to go to the free plan. There's no reason for you to have to take down, the
Wow.
way that you make money on a POD
Yeah,
site
yeah.
like that. You've used Kittl, you're continuing to use Kittl, you're supporting Kittl. Yeah, and you still have that license free through expert.
Amazing. Amazing. Just that right there is amazing. Um, okay. Why is Kittl better than an onboard program like Photoshop or Illustrator, let's say?
Yeah. There's many reasons.
Yeah.
I have a graphic design history. I have a UX design history,
Hmm.
web design history. I've
Yeah.
used and still use Illustrator, Photoshop, things like Figma, like all of these amazing graphic tools, and there's absolutely nothing, really wrong, albeit they're just complicated. So The reason I think Kittl is going to be amazing for the beginner just as much as the expert is that it's kind of like what you read there in the beginning. We've taken complex, complicated design features and things like that, and we've made them so much easier for you to do. And I think maybe the best way I can explain it just briefly is I'll just open up this template by
Okay.
one of
Yeah,
our
let's
one of
do
our
some
amazing
demo here.
designers. And I'll just give you an example. So something like this would probably take you as a beginner hours to do in Illustrator.
Yeah,
It would still
so
take me,
detailed.
yeah, it would take me still a good 45 minutes to get this exactly right. But just this alone, if you see down here on the right, we have these transformation text effects. And when I ask my graphic design friends, like, hey, what's the best thing about Kittl that you like most? Almost all of them go to like, dude, the way you can like manipulate text to do exactly what you want is phenomenal. So if I just click any one of these, it's going to
Whoa.
do exactly what I want it to do with these anchor points.
Wow.
So like this alone will
Yeah.
take you quite a bit to do. And let's say I just do something really weird and wonky. I would never, don't, I wouldn't do this
But you
I wouldn't
can.
destroy this person's handiwork like this. But let's say I do this and I want to just change it. I can still double click in and I can just, type detour. Let's say if you wanted to do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we
And then
do.
if I click out, it still retains this shape, right?
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and it's tough. Like this thing has so many different like color cut effects and things like
Look at
that.
that.
And if you take it off and then yeah, do your arch, then it's back where it needs to be, and
Yeah.
you can do a little
Oh,
bit
that's
of
a good shirt right
finagling.
there.
Like look at that, it's just like things like that. I don't know what was that, not even a minute. And all I have
No.
to do is come in here and I just double click and I can change this to shirt design or something like that. Click out and it retains that shape.
Yeah.
So things like this, and we still have really comfortable features like layers.
Yeah, I
Everyone that's
saw
going to
that.
be familiar with like Photoshop, Illustrator, those I guess kind of what you would think is more high-end design tools. Even Affinity Designer, a great tool. We've taken like the best parts of all of those and more and made it so much easier. So
Yeah.
that's kind of like the best way I can explain how we've synthesized and simplified all these amazing features for the
Yep.
beginner through the expert. We want everybody to be comfortable.
You guys thought
Um,
of everything from beginner to end. And what I love about this is you can tell someone who knows graphics and graphic programs made this, you know? Like sometimes you go
right.
into some of these and you're like, what were they thinking? How does this work? This doesn't, oh, the
Yeah, no, I
textures.
have
Oh my
had
good,
that.
this right
Yeah,
here. Just this
yeah.
right here.
So this
Yeah.
alone would another example, and I know I'm kind of jumping ahead of all your
No, no,
questions.
no. This is
I'm just
great.
so excited to show how things work. Like another, like people love texture. They want to figure out how to use texture, and Photoshop is a very powerful program for that. But like, at least when I was starting, I was like, gosh, how do I don't know how to like multiply the texture and like get it to kind of like bake into the design.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, don't worry about it anymore because like we've already done it. Like you can have it super not intense, you can have it very intense, you can change like your overlay effects here. You can get like different ones, and then you can just go through and you can like find one that you
Wow.
like.
And they're
Like
all
we
baked in.
yeah, they're all baked in. Like you don't, and then if you don't like where that is, maybe you don't want it over this, we'll just release that. We'll come over here to our image and we'll just like drag it below, and so it's
Oh,
just
nice.
the features that you are familiar with in these different programs. You're going to be familiar and comfortable with them here. um
Nice.
Again, whether you're a beginner or an advanced designer, so to speak. Yeah,
All right. Wow. Thanks for showing that. I got a
absolutely.
couple more before we go to, I mean, we already saw a little demo there, but
Yeah.
let's see. Someone asked this question. It's web-based, so I'm guessing you can use this on your phone, your tablet, whatever, right?
Okay, so yes and no. It is web based, and the iPad tablet support and mobile support is coming
Okay.
soon. It is currently, as we're still in beta, you can kind of see this little green beta
Okay,
strip right
beta.
here
Yeah, yeah,
next
yeah.
to it. Um, there are just so much in store, and so much to be done and need to be done. But it is on our radar. We do have people asking every day, like,
Okay.
how do I do it on my tablet? How do I do it on my phone? It is coming. It will happen. But right now it is
Desktop
computer,
only.
laptop. Yeah,
Okay,
it's desktop
good to
only
know.
basically. Yeah.
Coming soon. This
Coming
is
soon.
cool.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
All right. What's the biggest file size that you can make? So the reason we ask is Merch by Amazon is 4,500 by 5,400 pixels. Some of the Redbubble stuff is even bigger than that. What's kind of the size limit? Is there a size limit?
Yeah, so there is, and there but we're always kind of tweaking it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like you can definitely get any of those
Oh
sizes.
wow.
I have not had a problem exporting like up to even 6,000 or more pixels.
Wow.
So like for your Redbubble and your Amazon, or like the POD, like I use Printful a lot.
Oh
That's
nice.
actually how I make a lot of for my own stuff. I do like pop-ups on the weekends, and I
Hmm.
love using Kittl because it's so easy. And then I
Yeah,
can like print my shirts, or I can
of
use my
course.
Cricut or something like that. I've done things like premium cut vinyl, mugs,
Wow.
shirts, this hat. I've never had a problem so far.
Amazing. All right, just a couple more questions here. What are some of the big plans for the future? You said tablet, mobile. Any other big things on the horizon that we should be maybe excited about?
Yes, I mean, gosh, I don't want to give all the bag of
Yeah, don't give
secrets
all the
away.
secrets.
I
Maybe just
can't give
one.
all the secrets away, but there are so many feature-based things. I'll give you two, um,
Ooh,
because that's
exclusive right
enough. I'll
here.
give
All
you
right.
two exclusive. Your people are hearing it first. Um, I don't even know if I've told my ambassadors this. Maybe I think I did.
Uh-oh. Don't get
But
in
so
trouble. I don't want you to get
I
in
know, I
trouble.
know, I know. I won't get in trouble. Hopefully, maybe. So one will be masking.
Oh, nice.
So you don't have the ability to mask right now, and if anybody's watching, is like, what is that? So you want something to be inside of a different shape. Basically, you want to
Yeah.
clip something to be a part of a shape. So if I imported a picture or something, maybe from Unsplash or something, and like I really want it in a circle. I don't want that whole picture. I want it in the circle. I could mask it, and it would
Oh,
be
nice.
it would be in
Okay.
that
Yeah,
circle.
that is cool.
That's kind of what that means.
Hmm.
So that's one big feature, I think. And then the other one that I'm also excited about is kind of your own custom color palette feature.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it's not difficult
Nice.
to use colors, which we'll get
Yeah.
into, and I'll show kind of how project colors work and how item and element colors work.
You can save
But
your branding or whatever.
yeah,
Nice.
some kind of color palette feature like that is going to be cool. We've had a lot
Those
of
are
people
cool.
ask about that, but gosh, there's so much more. I mean, yeah, I want
It's
everybody to
just
just
getting started, and it's just gonna get better and
it's
better.
just going to
It's
get
already great, and I
yeah, I
can't
want people
imagine.
to just stay excited for the next secret thing they like, and there's maybe some secret things already that people don't know about that I'll show here soon.
Okay,
So I
okay.
just want people to always be excited for the next
It's
thing.
just yeah, I'm impressed with it. I played with it a bunch before this interview, and just I'm blown away. All right, show us some magic. Let's see
Okay,
what
all
you're gonna
right.
build for us
I'm going to
today.
show you the design revolution here. This is going to be amazing. So,
Okay,
what we have here is the homepage. So this is what you're going to see when you log into Kittl. And I know we haven't mentioned it quite yet, but there's a special link in the description for you to go ahead and sign up for Kittl. Or if you're already using Kittl, you can follow along. Um, but this is what you're going to see is the homepage here. And this is mainly all of the trending templates that are happening. So, and you can switch these by recent or most users, something like that.
amazing.
But these are templates that are being uploaded by phenomenal world-class designers. You can see their names here. And you have the ability to interact with any one of these, and
Wow.
you can do things like leave a comment. So we have this kind of social aspect that's happening. I could like
Okay.
this design. I could share this design with someone. I can save it for maybe
Wow.
later. Maybe I don't want to use it right now, but I could save it for later. And then as you may have noticed I did earlier, I can click use this design, and I can start editing around all of this different text.
Wow.
So before I go into the actual editor, I just want to show these brief categories. So if you're
Yeah.
coming here and you're looking for logos, I can switch over to logos, and it's going to show us more of the logo layout type designs. But you can go a step further, and let's say that you really just want minimal.
Whoa.
I love all these, beautiful kind of Victorian style, but they're a little bit too much for what I need. let's switch to minimal for a second, and then boom, we have a completely different
Wow.
aesthetic that's popped up here on the screen. And it just goes and goes and goes and goes. I mean, you're not going to lack for inspiration at
What
all.
I what I love about this is, unlike some of the other ones, I'm not going to say which
Sure.
ones,
Yeah.
but if you go in and they're not professionally designed, you go into, like, look at their t-shirts, and they made their t-shirt, they tried their best, but these are like professional designers doing these, so you like are that much ahead. It's amazing,
Yeah, yeah, this is
the
just no lack of
quality.
talent here. Yeah.
Yeah,
And or let's say we wanted to go over to, animal, and
yeah.
we just want something with some kind of icon or,
Wow,
illustration. It's going to show us everything under the sun. This one's really cool, Cobra Kai. Um,
wow.
like it's going to show us everything under the sun that has, you know,
An animal in it.
illustrations of an animal or something.
Let's do
Or,
t-shirts.
yeah. So we'll go to t-shirts, for example,
Yes.
and we still have, I know t-shirts is like what we're here for, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and we have all of these different categories, and these are just coming like we're gonna have more for sure. These are like some of the categories that we thought,
yeah.
oh,
I
are
got
just
some category ideas maybe I can share with you later.
yeah, no, do it. Yeah, that would be great. So these are like more of what you would see on the graphic t-shirt
Yes.
layout. So if we want to go to outdoor is a really big one. I like doing outdoor for like my little pop-up booth on the weekends. I love this kind of adventure camp style. And, again, you're not lacked for
Wow.
any inspiration at all. It just goes and goes and goes.
I'm so excited for this because one of the things I tell my followers, my subscribers, is you need to, when you design something, you need to compete with what's out there. It's a competition with the eyes. Like, if you're up there against somebody else and they have a better design, you know, they probably will pick the better design over yours. But now you kind of leveled the playing field. These are really good designs. Anybody can do. So, you know,
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely. So I won't go through every single one of these, but you can kind of see there's posters and cards
That's
and really cool things
crazy.
like
And
that.
they're just gonna, because it's just beta, you're gonna keep getting more and more and more of these.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just,
I mean, we're
yeah, it's like a,
uploading templates every single day. I mean, there's like I can't give you a number. I can't count it.
yeah,
And we have these categories, but let's say like you just use the search bar and
okay,
it's
yeah, yeah,
getting
yeah.
it's getting a little warmer, right? So let's type in wedding. We
Okay,
type in wedding and it's going to show us everything
look at
under the
that.
sun for wedding, or
Wow.
if I typed in birthday maybe, like it's going to show us content for birthday, and you just
So
find what you want. It's
this
great.
is amazing. So I do t-shirts, but so many people on Etsy do like postcards and wedding invitations and things like that. Like,
Yes.
this looks like a cool poster, right? That people would want to buy on Redbubble or Etsy. Man, this is
Yeah,
changing the game. This is
absolutely. Yeah,
great.
absolutely. So this is like where you can first start a template. So let's
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
yeah, let's start with a template. So let's go over to logo, and let's go to outdoor because I
Okay.
love the outdoors, for
Yeah.
example.
These are
And
great.
yes, let's go with this one. I like this one a lot. So again, we could leave a comment here. I'm just gonna do it. Great design.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Post
Nice.
boom, there it is. And we're gonna like it. And then we're gonna click on use this design. And then what's gonna happen here is you'll notice up here in the bar, now it says app. So now we're in the
Oh,
editor,
okay.
which I've showed you before. When I clicked that template and started playing around. And I think I'm a little tempted to go to like every little minor detail, but let's start with what I think most people are going to want to do, which is like getting into editing this.
Yes.
So we'll start
Yeah.
from the center and then we'll kind of move out towards these little
Okay.
like sidebars. So first you have your like main artboard, right? And you can change your background
Oh,
with this little
cool.
color slider. So you'll
Yeah.
be familiar with this. And you also have what's really cool is these document palettes. So if I wanted this
Smart.
dark green, for example, to kind of blend in, I can click that dark green. Boom, my work is done. I don't have to figure out the hex code or whatever it
Yeah.
is. I've got it there.
Smart.
Or maybe I want it a little bit darker, on a darker background or a lighter background or something like that. I can do so.
Wow.
Or maybe I want it that yellow, to kind of like
Yeah.
blend out
So
in the
this could
background.
be like your background of your t-shirt. Like if you're doing a t-shirt and a black t-shirt, then you do the black background or something,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. You would want to start, I think, yeah, it's a good point, like you want to start with the background of what you think your t-shirt is going to be. So if it's a black t-shirt, that's what the design is going to look like. And then
Okay.
again, you don't have to export your design with
Right.
this black on it. You would go over here and you would remove the background, and then
Nice. Look at
it's going to
that.
give
So
you
you have this is another thing that is awesome, that you can just remove the background. So a lot of
yeah,
people, have the design, but like, how do I remove the background? How do like
exactly.
you have
It's
it
sometimes
automatic.
tough.
So
Yeah, it's
nice.
sometimes tough in Illustrator and things like that. So let's
Yeah.
say we like that, and maybe instead of bear track, we want to do something like I don't know, let's just say beef jerky or
Nice.
something.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
say it's for a beef jerky
It
company,
fit
and
perfect too.
maybe we're starting it this year.
Okay.
Um, and maybe this is like snacks or something like that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And then instead of California, maybe we're going with I don't know, maybe we're going with like Montana or something,
Oh
like
yeah. Nice.
way up in the mountains. Okay, and so like boom, I did that in a matter of seconds. And
Yeah.
like maybe we don't like this is like a bear, right? So
Yeah.
maybe we want to
Bear beef
do
jerky, not cool. Yeah.
yeah, so maybe we want to go to like, we type in like a buck or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um and oh, let's go to deer maybe. Okay, that's what we want to do. So yeah,
Nice.
again in beta, we still have some tagging things to work out. So maybe we do like this guy is pretty cool, and we'll just drag him
Just
over.
drag them. Wow.
Yeah, or you can click. So if I just click him, he's added,
It would
right?
add it
So
to it.
he's there.
Okay.
So and so you can see this one's like pretty heavily detailed, and
Yes.
I think that you know this definitely from t-shirt design. It's always maybe a little bit more complicated when you have so many colors. You can see over
Uh-huh.
here.
Uh-huh.
The more colors you have in a design, maybe the more expensive it can be. Maybe the less
Could be, yeah.
detailed your shirt is going to be. So we could find maybe a different one. Like this one looks like it
Okay.
was similar style. So maybe we get rid of this guy, but you could go through and you could change all these. You could take them off
Yeah.
or
You
whatever.
could cut the color down if you wanted to.
Yeah. So
Sure.
let's change this guy to the same green. Okay,
Look at
cool.
that. Wow.
And he's already kind of like in there, maybe a little bit too small. Maybe we do this and we have him kind of like up here. And then maybe we want to change our
You just
20
move
or
things
20.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, just to move it around, be a little bit more consistent. And there's some space here. We could put some extra stuff. But for the sake of like this template, let's say that we don't necessarily want this to be green on a black background.
Okay.
Well, you could go in and you could select every single one of these colors and start messing with it. But what we have is project colors. So I can select everything that's dark green and I can just move it to
Whoa.
what I want it to, right?
All at once.
It's pretty freaky, right?
Yeah.
So like maybe we want to do some kind of like cool tannish color, and
Wow.
that's like looking pretty cool maybe on black. And then
Yeah.
we go to this green and we change that to white, and
Nice.
then we go to this inside color and we change that to also be
Wow.
white. And then you
Yeah, you
have like
can't do this on Affinity. I mean, you could, but it would take you a lot longer. You'd have to click, 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 click.
yeah, it would, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so like that was maybe a matter of, I don't know, 3 minutes or something, and
Wow.
here we are now.
You can see it in real time, changing colors and just picking. That's amazing.
Yeah, and you have your background color here too. So like
Yeah.
if you just decide like, no, I don't like that very much. Let's go
Yeah.
with like a, I don't know, some kind of like deep red or something. You could do that. Or you
So
can
cool.
just turn it off and you can see like what it'll look
Oh,
like.
right.
Yeah, so you could see what it
What's
looks
getting
like.
cut out and what's not.
Yeah,
Nice.
and now since you've done that, you don't necessarily have to click remove background. You definitely could.
Yeah.
But it's already gone, and then you could click here and you could be like, okay, let's see what it looks like, or let's see what it looks like on white. It could look good on a white t-shirt
It
too.
does look good on white.
All
Nice.
right. Yeah, so that was just like a little bit of what editing a template looks like. And you don't have to go back to the main site. Let's say that you're working on a template. You could go up here. We'll do
Now it's beef
beef
jerky. Yeah.
jerky, for example. um, Boom, it's saved. You can also save it yourself. You can click save project like that, and it's going
Oh,
to
cool.
prompt you like, hey, would you like to do a new project? Which you can totally do if you'd like. And then you could start working on another one. So if I go to designs, you have everything that you saw on the home page, but here in a
Right
nice,
there.
nice
Quick
tile on the
access.
left. So if I expand here, I can
Oh,
just
wow.
scroll through all of the different ones. And then
So
let's
smart.
say, I know it like it's just kind of blows me away. Like when I
Yeah.
first saw this, I like freaked out. I already knew it was going to be changing the world.
It's like you
Um,
guys saw what was out there and just made everything better than what's already out there.
Oh, that's funny. So let's say, I can expand like I just did there. So let's say maybe we want to do a badge one. I can show all, and I really like this one.
Wow.
And it's what's nice is it's not going to just like kind of do its own thing. It's going to say this action will replace your current project, or you can start a new one.
Oh, I
So
see.
I don't really want to replace that one because we've just made our nice beef jerky shirt. So let's
Yeah,
just start a new one. And then
I
so
see.
boom, it'll start us a new one, and then we can go in here and we can
Wow.
start changing
Look
things
at
to
that
be how we
detail.
want. Yeah, it's
Just
super detailed. Again, if I
amazing.
wanted to change things like this dark blue to something else, you can see it's doing it. Like maybe I want it black instead.
Yeah,
And then you can go in here and you can change, again, double click, and you can change any of your text this way. So
which is
it's pretty easy.
so
It's
cool.
pretty user friendly. Also, Command Z is your friend. Command
Okay,
Z
all those
works.
things work.
All those
And
things
the
work.
right click I was playing with this morning, you can do a lot of right click stuff too, right?
Yes. So let's say this lighthouse maybe looks better flipped the
Look at
other
that.
way. I could
Oh
flip
my
it
God.
horizontally, and then now I have my hatching on this side instead of on the right side.
Wow.
Or like let's say, I don't know, we're doing something really weird and we're gonna do like an upside down
Upside
one.
down. Hey, people like
uh,
that kind of stuff. That's cool.
hey, yeah, more power to you. But yeah, so we have the right click menu. You can do things like copy and paste. Again, you got the quick commands here, Command C, Command V. You can delete, you can group things. So like right now you can
Oh
see this
yeah.
is like by itself. But if I wanted to take all of this stuff here, and if I hit Command G and click out, now it's all one piece.
Nice. Got a
So
lot of the
and
shortcuts that we
now you
already
can
know and
see,
love.
yeah, so now you can see it's in a group. So if I
Yeah.
open the group here in my layers panel, everything that I have here is in, and there was a couple things already in groups. It looks
I
like, yeah,
love that
like
this is really easy to find because a lot of times some of the other programs you don't know what layer it's on and you're like, how do I find the layers where I know it's something's in front
yes.
and something's in back, but you can just get access right there.
Yeah,
So,
and then you can hit Command G again to ungroup, or you can right click
oh,
and hit.
nice.
So group and ungroup are the same thing.
The
So
same.
so now
Yeah, you
I've
don't have to
ungrouped it, and
remember
if
what
I,
the other
yeah,
things.
if I open up layers, now they're all ungrouped again. Um,
Fantastic.
so a couple other things, like now we'll kind of like, now that I've
Oh, there's the
shown like a
shortcuts. Yeah,
couple
yeah.
of how this works. So like this one, for example, we'll get into the more nitty gritty. So we've got a rise effect here, which is really, really easy. And oh,
Whoa.
he's got like a little bit of a hack going on here where he has two of the
Yeah, yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, and it's creating like a double shadow, which is really cool.
That is.
Um, and so, like, for example, if we take this and we wanted to take off the rise effect, all you have to do is click it. You know what I mean? And let's
Uh-huh.
say we just want to start with something completely different, like do something maybe with it like on an angle. And I showed this a little bit earlier, but everything is gonna like change depending on these
Wow.
little nodes. It's so easy. Like you don't have to go in there and open up this little box in Illustrator and define the
Yeah.
steps and all that. You don't have to do any of that. Or you could just reset it and it's gonna go back to how
And it keeps all the effects on the.
it keeps everything that's happening over here.
Yeah,
So
that's
like we could
amazing.
add some of these hatch lines, and we can change like the weight and things like that. And I won't like
Crazy.
I won't spend like hours here because I'm sure people want to go in here and start playing with
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But like yeah, it'll keep like I just changed that, and maybe I want to distort it myself. I can do it myself. So like if
Wow.
we want to make like like the Netflix arch or something, we
Yeah,
could do
yeah.
that. Or we could reset that. We can also go in here and customize it. So like if we went over to elements and we had this banner here,
Oh,
and
you
maybe we
can make it
scale
fit
this,
the banner.
we can make it fit the banner. So I'll bring this
Wow.
right click. I'm going to bring that to the front here, or actually let's take this and put this to the back, and then we'll hit edit transform. And then I can start moving these little nodes to
Look at that.
be where I
Right
want them,
there.
and it's going to take you a little bit of time,
Yeah,
of course, but it would take you
but you
less
can.
time.
The thing is you can do it
You
where
can do
a
it.
lot of times you have banners and then you're like, "How do I put the text in there?" It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And everything takes some getting used to, but you can do it. You
Yeah.
can do
Look
this a
at
lot
that.
faster and a lot quicker
Yeah.
than in Illustrator or something like that.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, you
So
guys put in a lot of work in this. It's fantastic. The thing I was thinking about what this is, what it reminds me of, before Kittl, you would go into Pinterest and kind of find like, oh, I love this design, I love this design, I love this design. And that's all they were. They were just inspirations of what you could use. But you've taken it a step further. Now in Kittl, you can go on Kittl and say, I love this design, I love this design, and I can actually change it. I can actually work on it. Like, it blows
yeah,
my mind.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So there's just like there's so many things. Oh my gosh. So let's work through this panel here. So we
Okay.
have the My Projects panel where we could start a new project, kind of similar to how we did
Okay.
there. We have the template designs panel where I
All of
already
them.
showed
Hmm.
like how you can go through this, and you can pick a different one in all these categories, or
Okay.
you can search. So like how we did on the homepage, if we want to search templates that have
Yeah.
animals in it, boom, you have this little quick feature here. We have our
Amazing.
text panel, which is really nice. We have
Whoa,
we have
this is cool.
we have
Some
text
of them just, I
already.
mean, text designs on t-shirts sell really, and that vintage stuff right there. These are cool,
Yeah, so I can click
man.
that and it'll pop in, and then right now it's grouped. So maybe I just ungroup it, and now I can go in here and I can type detour
Yes.
shirts or something like that.
Nice.
And then boom,
That's
and then you
perfect.
just start. You can put it here in the center. Um, and yeah, then we can start like working with it this way. And really change anything you want. So you could
Uh-huh.
go through all of these, like you could spend hours. I hope you could
Yeah,
spend hours.
literally.
So we could just add text. We can hit add text like that, and then
Easy.
start our own way. We also have this
Wow.
little shortcuts panel right here
Okay.
for like quick access. So I just wanted to bring that up. For example, you could add text with just T. So if I'm anywhere in here, I just hit the
Oh,
T
nice.
on my board. I can always like go in
Oh,
here
so
and
you
I can
can
change.
learn right there, the shortcuts. Look at
Yep,
all those
absolutely.
fonts.
Yes. I haven't even got to the like over here all the way in the right panel here yet, but yes, we
Yeah,
have
because there's so
so
much.
many fonts.
Wow.
The elements panel, one of my favorite items because it's kind of going to be where you start building your layouts from, is we have these categories up here at the top. We have shapes, ornaments, illustrations, and abstract. So if I go through
Beautiful.
shapes, I can hit expand, and we have an all category. We have so many different kinds of
You
banners.
guys really thought of everything.
We try.
Yeah.
We have all these different badges for like badge logos, badge T-shirts. We have more like ornate Victorian panels, like for
It just keeps
subtext and things like
going.
that. Oh my gosh, it's just like there would be no way for me to show you in
I don't know
totality all of
how
these things, but it's everything.
this
So
is.
like we've got simple arches components, we've got rise elements for those, like what I just showed you, how you can make text
Uh-huh.
go into the rise feature, for example. And then we also have an uploads panel. So you can upload your own stuff here. So you
Wow.
can see just a
If you have
couple.
something custom that you want to put in,
Yeah, absolutely. So we have PNG, JPEG, and SVG, and then anything that you create and want to upload. Like these are some custom things that we did, and we wanted to like patch on a couple
so let me
designs.
ask you, if it's
Do that.
SVG, you bring it in, can you change the colors then on
Absolutely,
your uploaded?
absolutely. Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And then we have this textures panel.
Yeah,
So
this
we
right
have
here, the
paper,
icing on the
grunge,
cake
pattern.
right here.
And I kind of showed that already. This one already has one on it, right? So it has like
Yeah.
a kind of a grungy effect on here, and I can change like how intense. And it's really going to depend as well, like the color, like, the more deep your color is, the kind of grittiness. Then if I go
So
over
you
to textures, I can switch them, I can change them.
so you talked about masking is coming in the future. Is that kind of, so if you had a t-shirt, maybe a logo, and you want the distress just on the letters and not the background, that's coming, right?
That's something that we are working on. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
okay.
have I don't have like confirm. I don't have a
Yeah.
confirmed date on that yet, but I know that is something that people really want and are
Yeah.
asking for. So we're working on it.
Yeah, I
We're
figured that
definitely
would take
working
a
on it.
little bit because that,
Yeah. That
even
one's
in
tough.
Photoshop,
Yeah.
like how do you, especially with all the ones that you have there, it'd have to work with everything. Wow.
Yeah. It would have to like, mask this, mask this, mask this,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like a whole, it's a process that we kind of have to work
yeah.
through for sure.
I'm excited for that.
Um, So let's just add some basic text because I want to show like just this. Now we've kind of gone through this left
Okay.
panel.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I didn't even go through all of these. Man,
Yeah, I love this ornaments because
there's so
a lot of
much.
times there's when you're designing a t-shirt, maybe you want to fill some space or starburst. Wow, starburst too. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's just gosh, there's just so much here. Like you could
Oh,
go
the
through
wreaths. Oh man.
these little ornaments like just
Yeah,
for days.
those are
Illustrations
cool.
is another really important one, right? That you're gonna
Yes.
want to go through. And you can see here like things that are happening recently. Like I haven't even seen these yet. Like these must
Wow.
have just been uploaded like
Just keep uploading stuff.
yeah, recent. I have not seen these. So like you can just go, oh my gosh, we just have
I saw
so much.
Starburst this morning. I mean, not Starburst, the vintage sunset. Those vintage sunset stuff this morning.
Oh
You guys
yeah,
have a
okay.
bunch of those too.
Yeah, so we have like more hatched style illustrations.
Wow.
I mean, there's just
Wow.
so much in here. We have a whole category for skulls, animal heads, simplistic fashion, beauty, silhouettes. I mean, golly, I
There it
like
is. There's the
people.
ocean. It's under ocean
Oh
vintage
yes,
sunset. Yeah.
okay. I hadn't even seen that. Like, wow. I mean,
Yeah, I saw that this morning. Like, this
yeah.
is, yeah,
Everyone watching, you just need to go in here and just get lost, please. Just
just
get
play with it.
lost
So
in the
you get,
sauce.
so with the free version, you can see all of these things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely,
yeah. So
absolutely. Yes.
just go and play with it. Go to Kittl and wow.
Yes, yes. Just log in. Go. Just do it. Um, So, man, that was just like we still have another panel. Gosh, there's so
Yeah.
much. We have so many things. Like these are more abstract, like splatters. Like, for
Oh,
example,
I love the
my
splatters.
yeah, so this could be a cool thing too. Like I was just thinking about this. I know that like you can't, let's say you had like some kind of block design on your shirt. You could like pick one of these really cool grunge effects and it shows you down here at the bottom element added. If I click one, this panel doesn't necessarily close, but it showed you
Okay.
add
Yeah,
element.
let's see it.
So like yeah, you have this kind of distressed thing here, right? And
Yeah.
so like if you had like a blocked design, you could have that on your shirt and it kind of makes this kind of bit this distortion map or something where
Yeah,
it kind
yeah.
of you could do something like that. That's really cool. So we have
Yeah.
those
So
abstract
many
things.
options.
Yeah, paint splatters like we could put like underneath or below stuff,
Yeah.
just little accent pieces. Like we tried to think of like lots of category designs, because not everybody wants a very clean
Uh-huh.
ornate thing. They want a more grungy or like
Uh-huh.
simplistic or something like that,
Wow.
subtractive style art or something. Um, but yeah, gosh, there's so much over here. And then moving to this right panel,
Okay.
another panel over here. So we have all kinds of fonts. Oh my gosh.
All the
So
fonts. All the
serif,
best fonts in the world.
yes, sans serif, script.
Oh,
We
I
also
love
have like
that you did that. Okay.
decorative over here, which is like very different. We have like some monogram style fonts, which are really cool. Where if you type two letters,
Oh,
it'll show
interesting.
you. So like,
Wow.
you wanted to do some kind of like badge
That's pretty
type
cool.
thing, you could do that, which is really really neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, we also have So these decorative fonts are really really cool. We also have like catchword fonts
Oh, I love
um,
those.
that have like if we
If you're
open up
doing a
this little
text design, you can put "and" in a little. Yeah, like oh, perfect.
there's just so much. I mean, golly, this is like one of my favorite ones. This little catchword font is like
Yeah,
super,
yeah.
super
And I
cool.
saw the other one. There was like a cartoony looking one, like a
Yes, more of like a sale type, more of like a sales type
yeah,
one.
that one.
Yeah, like this
That's
one right
fun.
here. Open up the glyphs here. Like you
Look at
have
that.
like all kinds of things.
That's fun.
Yeah, sale, fresh, best
Yeah.
deal. It's really nice. This one's like maybe a little bit more retro slash modern, and the
Uh-huh.
other one's a little
Yeah, it
more
is very
Victorian.
vintage retro.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, all of our main, again, we were kind of talking before this, heritage type, you know,
Yes.
our the company where we sell lots and lots of fonts and graphic
Yeah.
assets.
So you
We've
guys know
built,
fonts, of course.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've built and embedded them. So we have
Yeah,
like all of our nice,
the best. Yeah.
the staple ones like the Black River and just everything else under the sun. Lots
Beautiful.
of Google fonts are already in here,
Yep.
and like some new fonts that people haven't even
Oh,
seen.
wow.
Like these are in
Very
here.
ornate.
This
Yeah.
really crazy like ornate font that people haven't seen yet. Well, I mean, people using Kittl have seen it, but is in here because we're constantly
That's
uploading
cool.
new things in here. And then maybe like the coolest thing, first hidden feature that people may not know yet, is that
Okay.
you can upload your own fonts.
Wow.
So it's
So if
going to
you
tell
have
you
some that you love already,
you
just
can put them
upload it.
in, and it'll tell you, Obviously, some fonts are like super crazy, and we can't guarantee that like, your font that has like 800 colors on it is going to work. But generally, like TTF and OTF fonts are going to work. So when you choose the font, it's going to show here. So we've already uploaded a couple, like
Oh, nice.
double large, and so like whatever you upload is generally gonna work pretty well. So that's a pretty easy new feature. It's very similar to the uploads where you kind of like upload your
Right.
own thing. You
Upload. So
just
you can
do
upload fonts and graphics.
absolutely,
Nice.
you can upload, yes, you can upload fonts and graphics, and it'll give you all these little warnings. So yeah, it's really nice. It's like this happened recently. This is like maybe a week old.
And you might get to this already. I hope I'm not skipping ahead. But what I
Sure.
love too is what I was playing around with it is you can look at the glyphs too. So a lot
Yes.
of
Oh my
times
gosh.
people
Yes.
are like,
You
"Where's this
reminded me.
special character?" It's right
Yes.
there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have special characters for these fonts, and maybe this one is like maybe we do like a little bit more
yeah. Let's
elaborate one to
do.
explain. So let's go to Sign Master, one of our favorites. So this
Yeah,
this font has lots of glyphs. So let's say we wanted a different N here on the end. Maybe we're making like some kind of
yeah.
layout here. We'll go to glyphs, and then you could scroll through all of these, and you can see all of these different characters, like for uppercase and lowercase, and just
Okay.
all the different A's we have. So if I type in N, it's going to show
Oh,
me
look at
all
that.
of the glyphs
Quick
for N.
access to. Nice.
So I can click this one,
So
and I
smart.
can delete this one, and now I have this N that has this little glyph on it,
Yeah,
right? Which is really,
yeah.
really cool. One font people super love, especially for t-shirt design, is Milk Store. Is one of my
Okay.
favorite fonts. Oh my gosh. And maybe we'll do it on an angle. And we have these like flourishes, right? This kind of like
Nice. Yeah, the little
baseball.
swoosh that comes underneath.
Yes, so we could go
Nice.
to glyphs, and then we can scroll down, and they're a little tough to see maybe. They're all these little like pieces, and the
Oh, I
reason is
see.
because they're so long. So if I click
Yeah.
this one, boom,
Whoa,
right?
that's
Or I could
perfect.
replace
For
it
some sporty
with a
shirts, you can
longer
just
one, yeah.
add it.
And I can delete it, and I can do an even longer one, or I can do a shorter one, or I can do like,
Oh,
yeah, you can.
beautiful. There
It's
you
just
go.
really cool.
That's how you
And
do
so
it.
like it's just easy. You just click in, you click in, and if you don't like that one, you delete. But you can see all these glyphs for like, I mean,
Yeah.
look, all the different kinds of A's we have. Like it's crazy. And so like you can get a really high quality, highly detailed design in a matter of like
Wow.
minutes. And
Wow.
we've kind of already gone through this transformation panel. I haven't showed
Yep.
it in all its glory, but you can like do all of these different tweaking and like changing all of these little nodes. They're super user friendly. I would say a lot more so than in Illustrator, for example. And we also have these decorations, which I kind of
Oh, that's
showed, like
right.
where we
Wow, we
have.
didn't even get to those.
I know we've only been playing with them a little bit, but we can like,
Yeah.
we
But you
can
can do it
change the
on any
color,
font.
anything. Yeah. So if I
Wow.
like, let's just do something crazy. Like, let's just like, yeah, that's kind of cool. And then we'll like add some
In
lines,
real
and we'll make
time.
these lines like
Look at that.
red, and then we'll
That
just
looks
do
like an
like,
80s CD cover now.
yeah, it kind of does. Let's get rid of that. It's kind of weird. Maybe we give it like a border, and we make the
Look at
border
that.
like, I don't know. Maybe this one's a little bit weird because it's like a script
Yeah, the
font.
connectors, but
Um, but
still
if
cool.
we change the font, it's gonna like keep it. So like we'll just do Sign Master Pro. Boom, all the effects still
It
there.
just keeps the effects. It
Yeah,
just
so
changes
like
the font.
we'll just go through like a couple and like, oh, that's kind of cool, like
That is
boom,
cool. Yeah.
that's super cool. And then yeah, maybe this one like can have a, yeah, look at that. That's
Oh,
cool.
now we can do the outline. Yep.
Yeah. It's
Easily
a
put the
little, yeah.
outline on it.
That's pretty nice. Or you can also like you can go through all of these. We have this like bevel shading that already has one, and then you can
Nice.
decide like how intense you want like the
Oh,
details
nice.
to
The
be.
shadow.
Yeah. And we also have like a drop shadow one where like you can like really blur it.
Oh, nice.
So if it looks like paint or something like
So
that,
many
maybe.
effects.
Gosh, yeah. I just want people to get in here and like figure out
Play
what they
around
can
with
make.
it.
Like that kind of looks like spray paint. Like that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm like discovering
Super
stuff for
cool.
myself. um,
Wow.
and then I think we already like mentioned this briefly. We have these project colors down here at the
Yeah, yeah,
bottom.
yeah. You can
Um,
easily change it, the whole
yeah,
thing at once. So if something's one color, if you have a group of things that's one color, you can just change all of them at once, which is really cool.
exactly. Yeah, man, there's just so much stuff. There's so much
That's
stuff.
fantastic.
Um,
I'm excited to play around with this. I'm sure a lot of people are. getting ideas. As a designer, I'm like, okay, I want to try this and this already. Like,
Yes. So
yeah.
the last little thing we'll cover, because I'm sure people
Okay.
are like anxious to play with this, is like this just briefly up here at
All
the top.
right,
So
those.
obviously
Hmm.
you can invite more friends, which we definitely appreciate inviting more friends. But you can also change your settings. So like if
Oh,
we wanted to do, right now it's on Facebook and Instagram style posting, it's a square.
okay.
But if we wanted to do like a A4 or like a postcard, maybe we could even do that. And then it looks like our design is gone. It's not. If I
It's
hit
just outside of the box. Okay.
yeah, if I go here and I turn the trim view off, then you can see
Oh,
like we've
wow.
changed
Look
it.
at how
So
you
it's
can zoom out.
yeah, you can zoom out with the minus or the plus key. You don't have to hit command. Um, you can just hit the plus or the minus key. You can also use down here at the bottom. There's like zoom in and zoom out. But if I hit
Okay.
the plus key, now I can come back in. But you can change your layout to be whatever you want. So if I go
And
back
you
to
can make a
standard
custom
size,
one, I'm guessing. So if you want
you
like the
can
Merch by Amazon size 4500 by 5400, you could do that.
4500, and then you said by what?
5400. There you go. T-shirt size.
T-shirt size, and then maybe we do a little something,
And then you can
so you
save it
could do that
as
yourself.
whatever the thing, right?
Yes.
You can save it as T-shirt size or whatever, right?
Yeah. So you have that there. You could change it to inches, for example. You could
Okay.
change it to whatever. You have your trim view, which is turned on and off. So just for people that don't know about trim view, like if I duplicate this, which also another feature is the alter option and drag. So I can
Oh,
do
smart.
that
That was
very
fast.
similar
Yeah.
to Illustrator. If I drag this off, it's there, but you can't see it. But
Yeah.
I can hit the trim view and now I can see it. So like you could
Now it's
work
there.
on stuff off of your artboard
Oh,
very similar
nice. So yeah,
to
if you want to have ideas off to the side, kind of bring them in, take them out. That's
yeah, maybe
smart.
you want to
That's
like
very
try it the
smart.
other way or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like if you want to focus on just what's on your page, you could just do this. We also have a grid. So if you really wanted it to be like very, very specific, like you need it a
Okay.
very certain way, you can show the grid, which is a little tough, I think, on this
Because you have the
background color.
background, probably.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, yeah.
if I zoom in with a like, and I think
Oh, there you go.
we're gonna work on making these different colors, like
Oh,
the
nice.
grids different colors. But that is an option. Like if you
Just to
really
make
need it,
sure
oh, there
everything's
you go. You
straight.
can see it a lot better now.
Yeah.
You can make it like super super thin or like super super blocky.
Yep.
If you needed it, like if you really wanted it to be like know that it's dead center outside of just using the align tool here, you could turn on those grids and
That's,
do
oh
something
yeah,
like
all the
that.
align tools. Wow.
So we have sharing, which is really cool. You could share your design straight to any of your socials, or you could just share a link and like post it somewhere. This is also relatively new. You can share a copy of your project. So let's maybe say
Okay.
like you've started something like a t-shirt design, but you can't
Uh-huh.
finish it, or maybe you need help. You could just like copy this and send it to someone. You could even put in their email and send it, or you can copy this. And what's going to happen is they're going to be able to open this project and
Okay.
like do their own thing. So there's like a collaborative feature here, which is really
Wow.
cool.
That is cool.
Um, you can also publish a design to the community. So what's going to happen is when you publish this design, and I haven't gone into the profile yet to kind of show you what that looks like, is very similar to like if you posted something on Pinterest or like your website or like Instagram or something, it's going
Hmm.
to go to the community and people will be able to see and they will be usable. So you will be
Nice.
publishing your design to the community to be usable and modifiable. It can be modified by others, and so if I
Okay.
hit publish, it would go into this community where you can
I'm
see.
excited for that. Look
Yeah.
for detour shirt templates or whatever you call them.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
be super cool. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think we already have shown this several times. Like right now we're in inches. We're at
Yeah.
export size 4500,
Yep.
but like if I needed
Oh, we can do
something.
that.
Oh
300.
yeah, so it's like this is already pretty massive, so it's not
Uh-huh.
really going to go past 7 or 8,000 at the moment. But
Right.
we could like keep going up, and you can see like if I keep going up in DPI, it's raising the pixel size.
Oh,
And then we
interesting.
could,
Can you
yeah, so
control it to be 300 DPI but the same pixel?
yes, so if we did that, we would need to go back and change it. So like if we went back here to let's say let's put it to like I don't know 12 by 16. I know it's going to look like super super small.
Okay.
um And then if we go to here, now you can see the export size is quite small, but if we change it to 300, it's gone up
Oh, okay.
massively.
So you kind of just have to play around with that.
Yeah, you
That's
kind of have a
nice.
choice, right? You can kind of like do
Yeah.
it exactly at the pixel size that you know you need, and then you don't really need to change with the DPI because you've already done it. So like if you keep this on pixels,
Yeah.
right, that's kind of the point, right? So like this is the DPI that's going to happen,
That
right?
is the
That's
DPI.
pretty
Okay. So you
massive,
wouldn't
right?
have to do,
You
that's
would
only
not.
when you do inches, it's trying to kind of convert it. I see.
So you have, your digital use, your PNG, your JPEG,
Uh-huh.
which I think you mentioned Amazon
Yeah.
needs PNG,
Most
right?
places, most print on demand PNG are PNGs. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So you have that, and then you also have your prints, like your PDF, or if you need an SVG, for example, we'll convert it to exactly how we need. So it's that vector file
Nice.
that you can get really
So these are
easily.
full vector. You can bring these, so you could download the PDF, bring it into Illustrator, and still get and tweak it.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, amazing.
Absolutely. You could totally do that. And again, in your free version, you're going to have PNG and JPEG, and then in your pro and your expert, you're going to have
That
your
makes
vector.
sense.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
going to have your vector files. We also have like a little notifications banner here, which I haven't
Wow.
exactly shown yet, but we can actually just dive into our profile. So like when you log in, you'll have a profile. It's going to go to my projects where it's kind of showing you those last couple of designs that I've made,
Yep.
which
Yep.
is
That
like
we,
just
we
the
just
template.
did. Yeah.
Yep. And then if you go to publish, this is kind of where I was talking about. This is where you can find all of our published designs for Kittl. So if for you, for example, you had Detour and it's right up here, it'll say, or sorry, right here, it'll say www.kittl.com/Kittl. Yours might say
Oh, I see
kittl.com/Detour. And like then you'd be able to see
what I did.
everyone's. Yeah, you can also, I'll see what you did, and then I could click on it, and then I could start using it. So this is a
Nice.
really cool kind of what am I trying to say, social aspect. So if I go to
Hmm.
newsfeed, for example, we have this newsfeed feature. I can see people that I've followed, very similar to Instagram, and then I can scroll and I can see all of the recent, like 21 hours ago. um,
Wow.
Alex posted this, and so like I can heart it, I can use it, I can click use this design, or I can
That's
save it, things like
amazing.
that. And you could follow. So like another really cool thing is if I can just go to their page. So if I click
Okay.
that, you can see up here at the top
Everything that they put up. This. Wow.
everything they've
He's good.
published. Yeah,
This is
so like
nice
you'll
stuff.
you'll have your own. Everyone that logs in and makes their own account will have their own. And I can, you can follow people, and then you'll know in the news feed, or you'll know in your little banner, hey, it'll be like Detour Designs just upload a new shirt design.
Okay.
Go check it out.
That's
Um,
fun. That's kind of a fun thing to do.
yeah, it's really nice. I think it's like a really cool thing that also sets us apart is this more social aspect, this
Yeah,
like
you can
community
connect with real
aspect.
designers too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, is like empowering. We just like want to empower everybody to create as best as possible, and this is one of those ways that we can do that is having these dedicated pages, like everybody having their own dedicated space where they can see their published designs and they can follow people that they love
That's cool.
their designs from, and so that's
I'm
like a really
excited.
neat kind of like
Yeah.
Instagrammy type
Uh-huh.
newsfeed feature, but like better because you can just use this and then go in and start
Yeah.
editing. It's super, super cool.
That's
Um,
cool. I could make a video on a design I made with Kittl and then instantly share it, and then everybody can go and use it and go make their own from it. That'd be
yes,
cool.
absolutely. You can share,
Yeah.
you could have a link to your direct page, and then you could also have a link to that design itself. You
Yeah.
could publish it to the community, and then, for example, if I go
Fun.
back to the profile just to show you how to actually share a design, I could go to the settings and I could copy the link. And then
Okay.
if I
Share it on the socials.
yeah, if you share it on the socials and Facebook or whatever, a preview of this will come up, and then when someone clicks in, they'll be able to start editing it. Um,
Amazing.
yeah, it's super,
All right.
super powerful. But yeah, I mean, I know that was like a lot. That was like an
That's a lot,
overload, and I know that
but
you're gonna make some designs.
Kittl is a lot. So
Yeah,
I'm glad you
it's a
went
lot,
over
but for like the
everything. Yeah.
best reason. It's a lot for the best reason.
Yeah.
Like, and I know you're gonna make a design, and you're gonna make a video that's like sick t-shirt design. So I can't wait for that. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
I'm
just like a
excited to
big
do that.
overload.
Probably one a week or something like that. So you can just like, this is the design of the week. This is the like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's a really cool idea. But I hope this was like beneficial just to see the crazy capabilities and like
Yeah.
feature overload so that everybody's like, oh my gosh, I'm just like my head is
Can
spinning with
you,
design
just before
ideas.
we end, I know a lot of people are like, okay, there's so much of this. How much does this cost? Because what's the
Ah,
value? I
good
mean, the
question.
value is
Yeah,
super
yeah.
high value. What
Yes.
is it? What's it going to
Okay.
cost me? We talked about there's a free version. What else
Yes.
is there?
So everything that I've shown you so far, and this is also another great page, is just slash subscription up here. You can see this as well. Like even when you have a free profile, you can still go to subscription. It'll tell you
Okay.
what plan you're on.
You're on
And
expert.
so
Okay.
you have your free, pro, and your expert, right?
Okay.
And so you have an option for monthly, which you can see it goes
Well,
to
not bad.
generally $15 a month and
Yeah.
generally
That's right there with
$30 a month.
everybody else, but you have your value is so much higher, I feel.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we have the full library of illustrations, elements, like create,
Fonts,
like everything is there.
textures, like,
Everything is there. Even in the
and
free,
designed
like
by professionals too.
yes, you have it.
I want to stress that. Like, you come on here, you don't see like just thrown together designs. These are like professionally done designs. So
Yes, absolutely. And it's all there. Like you can do everything that I showed you there. I'll except for the PDF and SVG saving, you can do. So like all of those text effects, all those fonts,
yeah,
all those illustrations, all those templates, you can pop any one of those in and design to your heart's
yeah.
content for free. Now,
And you
I
could,
you know I do want to stress the yearly sale, which is awesome, and I'm kind of a fan of this. Just and this is like
yeah,
personal. I'm
that
not
makes
trying to like
sense.
I'm not trying to make anybody do the yearly, but like when I go and I do a subscription for like anything, man, hats, shirts, soap, I always
Yeah,
try to see like, is there a way I can save money? And so, you know, it is, $120 annually versus the $15 a month. So you're saving quite a chunk there. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you are
And so we do want to offer that though. We want the people to do
a
monthly,
discount.
month to month if they want to do that, or yearly if they want to get that big sale, that big discount, so to speak.
Yeah,
So hopefully this is like a good overview of like what you get. You can always see that like this isn't hidden. You can log in, like it's fully transparent. You can always go there and look at this.
nice. Okay, I can see the difference there. The expert, you can upload your custom fonts. You can do more vector exports, that kind of stuff. But
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So like the things I showed, like the things I showed, like the illustrations, the
that makes
templates,
sense.
the textures, the PNG and JPEG download, you can do with free.
Yeah.
And then as you see, like it gets a little bit more
Yeah, and
intense.
that makes
You have
sense for experts because they probably do have their own fonts and they probably do want to download the vector so they can change the things and things. But
manipulate, tweak,
seems
things
like
like that. And you have
Pro would get you everything you would need um, for the basic person who isn't maybe a design expert and has Illustrator, but you can use all the features.
yeah, maybe for the person that's like on their way, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and I think
who's
that there's
learning.
like there's something for everybody. And another thing that's really strong is like, I have a Cricut and it's something that I love to do a lot. The Pro
All
plan will get you
right, I
there.
didn't even
Those
think of that.
I just need those SVG designs. I can like, man, I've exported some crazy designs from Kittl, popped it in Cricut, boom, it cuts it, no problem. It's like
Those Cricut designs sell well on Etsy. So if you guys are doing that,
exactly,
like, this is perfect. Yeah, I didn't even think of
exactly.
that. Well, thanks so much, Drew. You guys absolutely thought of everything, I think, and more coming, which is exciting. Man, I'm just excited to get my hands on this and start making some stuff. You showed how easy it is, and like my brain is just thinking how many different things. I love that you have t-shirts right there, so you can see this is made for t-shirts, great for our audience, and more coming. You like, I bet next week this whole thing's you're just gonna have a lot
It'll look
more
more.
again stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll go to recent and it'll change. Like
yeah, and hopefully
these
some
are
of
all
mine
new.
on there too when
Yes.
I get it in. Yeah, awesome.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Thanks so much, Drew.
Absolutely.
Any last words before we stop um, recording
Uh,
here?
just that again, you can sign up down below
Okay.
for 3
Yeah,
months
I'll
of
put the links
pro.
in the description for sure. All the links that you sent me for Kittl, how to get it, and all the different things. You guys also have a YouTube channel, so I'll put
Yes.
that there. If
Yes,
you still
absolutely.
want to see more things, I think you go over like in detail some of the other things as well that you showed. So
Yeah, we're going through more detailed, kind of from scratch type tutorials, other features like
yeah,
quick how to do's,
yeah,
things like that. But yeah, just thank you everyone so much for watching, and thank you so much for supporting Detour and for supporting Kittl. I'm just super excited for where this is going to go. So thank you so
Me
much for
too.
watching.
You're welcome. Thanks, Drew. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.